group in the room. I appreciate everyone joining us this morning. We're gonna wait another couple minutes. I think we got some people still coming in. I will share the presentation very shortly. I would like to try to get can you take some screenshots, Pam? We're going to try to get some group photos of this kickoff. I think this is the largest kickoff meeting we've had in years. So I'm so thrilled. Can everybody hear me okay? Everybody, hands up if you, okay, thumbs up. Awesome. I see a few. Great. I'm going to go ahead and share the presentation. Here we go. All right. Welcome to the kickoff meeting, the third kickoff meeting of the 2024-2025 Robofest season. I'll go through the agenda. We're going to go through some introductions. We'll cover the schedule and an overview of the program. We'll discuss the general competition rules at a high level. We're not going to detail everything. We'll discuss the competition categories, the open competition category highlights, the exhibition rules highlights. We'll take a short break to answer any questions that might occur up to that point. And then we'll get into the game rules at the end. So we have some announcements to make regarding the Robofest office staff. Dr. Chris Cartwright is returning as Robofest Executive Director this year. And Elmer Santos is still on board as the Technical Director. And then I am Shannon. I am the Assistant Director. We still are enjoying Pam's face, Pam Sparks, the coordinator. And we have a new coordinator that we recently just hired, Anne. So we're trying to make sure that everything is covered in the office for everyone's needs. We also have two very important folks at Lawrence Tech. Stephen Criscala is our database web app developer. And Marilyn Wiseman is our math and computer science department administrator. She handles all of our purchasing and payroll and very critical functions. We have student assistants working with us, Stephen Arnold, Sebastian Beristain, Balu Prakash Kunchala, Robert Newberry, Carly Polonis, Dhruv Patel, and Nicholas Sparks. And these students are very key to our operation as well. Is everything done? I'm told that my view is not working really well for the Zoom, so I'm going to try to fix that. You know how to fix that?
Maybe under display settings. Display settings.
Hold on, don't point over my shoulder. Come show me on my screen. I can't see. I am not sure. That's on his thing.
Oh.
That's on your laptop. The display settings are showing. That's for yours.
Okay.
This is, what do you see on yours, Pam?
She sees the. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. The cursor's there.
Yeah, I know, but it's not.
It's
But
not.
I have to do something on mine. Hold on.
Or do you have extended desktop or?
How many people does it take? Okay, we apologize for the delay.
Yeah, share on the bottom.
Let me stop sharing and reshare. Yeah, each device. I think it's here. No, sure.
This is what's on there, right? That. Is that yours? Yours.
Can't go like one screen in
Oh,
presentation.
so you're on Zoom?
Okay, good.
There you go.
All right.
Okay,
We
I don't
did
know
it.
what I did or what they did. It's better now. Thank you for your patience. Okay. We also have an executive council. And Dr. Chung, professor of computer science and the founder of Robofest, is the advisory board chairperson. And also sitting on the chair is Dr. Cartwright and Dr. Eric Martinson, a math and computer science department chair and associate professor. So we appreciate all of their efforts in helping us maintain our high quality of their program. We have a Robofest advisory board. This was formed in 2021. It's made of current and former Robofest site hosts and longtime coaches, judges, and mentors. On our board, we have Paul Akanga, Emma Alaba, Philip Bigos, CJ Chung, Gavin Coleman, Scott Isley, Linda Pence, Josh Siegel, Gordon Stein, Maurice Tedder, and we've recently added another advisory board member whose photo will be added before we upload this to the website, and that is Srinivas Bhamidi, Lego Legion director for many years and a longtime Robofest family member. So thank you all. The board is responsible for assessment and evaluation of our mission. We formed technical committees last year, and we are continuing that process through this season. These technical committees define and design the rules for each competition category. They are judges at the World Championship events and any qualifying competitions, and we do have bios of each member available on the category web pages on our website. Thank you all to our technical committee members. Our sponsors this year are the Lawrence Tech University, our main sponsor, and then we have two foundational sponsors, NDIA and IEEE of Southeast Michigan. Thank you to those organizations for continuing your sponsorship for Robofest. We'll talk about the overview and schedule. Robofest was founded in 1999 by Professor CJ Chung, Math and Computer Science Department at Lawrence Tech. It is a festival of competitions with autonomous robots, offering students the opportunity to master principles of STEAM while also having fun. We've reached over 36,800 students from over 18 states and 30 countries and regions around the world. It is also a trademark of Lawrence Technological University. Our mission is to generate excitement and interest among young people for science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, also known as STEAM, as well as computer science and AI. We want to develop essential skills such as teamwork, leadership, creativity, communication, and problem solving, and prepare our students to excel in higher education and technological careers. Many features of Robofest. It is managed by the university faculty and staff. It is 100% autonomous. We do require sensors, and we allow any robot platform and programming language for most categories. The teams are small, and we offer dynamic, challenging playing fields, including unknown factors, and we do not allow adult direct help. We recognize all participants. We consider ourselves very affordable, and we offer a variety of categories to offer more opportunities for STEAM learning. We also hold ourselves accountable through anonymous surveys of participants before and after the competition to measure the success of the program. Robofest offers Lawrence Tech scholarships. A $3,000 renewable scholarship is available to any participant of Robofest in any category at any time in their middle school and high school career. After submitting the LTU application, there's a Robofest scholarship application and a 400-word essay required. The letter of recommendation can also be from your Robofest coaches or mentors. And the submission deadline is April 1st. Robofest also offers LTU championship scholarships for each first, second, and third place senior game exhibition, RoboArts, RoboMed, UMC, and VCC team members. The first place is a $20,000 annual scholarship. Second and third places are 16 and 14 respectively. Students must enroll at LTU the same year as their high school graduation, and they must meet a minimum criteria and maintain that criteria throughout their career at Lawrence Tech. This is the second year that RoboFest has been a provider on the Michigan 99H grant. We've had 51 teams apply for the grant this season. They are eligible to receive between $200 and $1,200, depending on the category and the age of the team. The funds will be awarded between February and March of this year. We are still looking for site hosts. The opportunity is still available. We rely 100% on local volunteer sites to host our events. It's a great way to provide visibility for your organization, to showcase your facility, your staff, and your students. We provide all the materials that you need to host an event, and they're usually a half day, depending on the number of categories you host. They're flexible weeknights, Saturdays, or Sundays. The application and FAQ is available on our For Site Hosts tab on our website. On to the schedule. We are almost through our preseason schedule. We've got just a couple more weeks. Our January 11th, today, the kickoff and final kickoff meeting. We have some workshops for registered teams coming up the last week of January and the first week of February. I'll talk more about those in a moment. And then on February 15th, we have our game warm-up and judge training here at Lawrence Tech. We are still looking for a few senior teams to come and help us with that. We could maybe have another 1 or 2 junior teams as well. If you're interested in bringing a team to the judge warm-up, please send me an email. On February 22nd, that's the date the competitions are set to begin in the US. I don't think we have any scheduled that early just yet. And then on April 12th, the international and US qualifiers will be ending. April 14th is the submission date for qualifiers, for video qualifiers. And then on April 17th, all the teams that have competed through video qualifier or on a wait list from a qualifier, local qualifier, will be announced as advancing by that no later than the 17th. On April 26th, we're hosting the Michigan Invitational events here at Lawrence Tech. And then May 15, 16, and 17 is the 26th RoboFest World Championship events. And here's the tentative schedule for the World Championship events. And this will be posted on the World Championship page probably early next week with the building locations and setup times and check-in times as well. But on Thursday, we have our welcome meeting at 11 a.m. And at 4:30 p.m., we will have the Unknown Mission Challenge, as well as the Junior Bottle Sumo Group 1 competitions. On Friday, Junior Bottle Sumo Group 2 at 8:30 a.m. And then at 5, Senior Bottle Sumo Classic and Unlimited. And then at 5:30, the Robo Parade begins, the actual parade. The pre-testing and qualifying will be noted on the detailed schedule. And then Saturday, beginning at 9 a.m., we will host the game finals, the exhibition finals, RoboArts, RoboMed, and VCC. Regarding the RoboFest technical workshops, we host on-campus workshops in our computer science lab. They are free for registered game or exhibition teams. So please register your team first if you're interested in attending a workshop, and then register for the workshop. Students can register for multiple workshops. Workshop materials will then be posted to the Academy page later in the season. And the coaches, we encourage coaches to attend the workshops with their students. We are still developing the additional, we've had some requests for some additional workshops, but right now the current schedule for workshops is a Lego EV3 with Scratch for game on the 25th of January, as well as Lego Spike Prime, Robot Inventor with Scratch for game. On Saturday, the 1st of February, we have the Vex IQ with Vex Code for game. And then at 1 o'clock on Saturday, the 1st of February, we're doing an exhibition, intro to exhibition with Lego EV3 and Spike Prime Robot Inventor with Scratch. So we want to include anybody that's interested in learning more about exhibition coding and projects at that event. So if you have questions, is this the right workshop for me? Please reach out and we'll definitely get you scheduled if you have an interest for that. Okay, now we're going to pivot a little bit and talk about the general rules. We're going to summarize the general rules. Please make sure that you read the detailed, complete general rules competition document, which is available on the 2025 main page. So coaches are responsible for communicating the rules and updates to participants. This document has a lot of really good information on how to get started and how to register, etc. So for coach qualifications, coaches would register first in the Robofest system using a valid confirmed email address. And then we request that coach check the email account regularly. We do communicate pretty much exclusively through email to our coaches. We request that the coaches review and understand the general and category rules, and that they register for the team competitions and verify all student information, and then pay the fee before the registration closes. Coaches are also responsible to coordinate the informed consent release and media authorization form for each team member with the parent or guardian. That can be done online, or they can print a hard copy and have the parent sign it and turn it in. We also ask that coaches coordinate a pre and post assessment online to help our advisory board administer the survey data. Coaches facilitate, transport, and oversee team members at team meetings, and then coaches ensure that students do the work. We encourage coaches to make sure the parents and teachers and mentors are not directly assembling the robots, writing or editing the code, or encourage the team to look for solutions on their own. And then we also ask that coaches agree to and abide by the coach pledge, which is printed here, but I'm not going to read it. Please go back and read it on your leisure. Who can be a team? Any organization can host a team for Robofest, a school, homeschool, civic organization, or clubs. There are grade level divisions for each competition category. We do permit age division waivers if a student wants to compete with an older group. It's just completed online during the registration process. A team member may join multiple teams, but not in the same category. And a team can register for multiple qualifying sites if they would like a second or perhaps even a third chance to qualify for the World Championship Finals. Regarding responsibilities, students should do all the work. Coaches and mentors should only teach and guide the team to find their own solutions. Teams should observe all the general and category rules, again, posted on the website. Observe the check-in time set in by the site host. Bring all the materials needed on competition day. Follow the pit area rules regarding the pit. Only teams and authorized adults are allowed in the pit during the competition, and teams are not allowed to communicate with coaches, parents, or mentors during any work time that is set aside for adjusting for unknown factors. We do expect teams to respect other teams and spectators and to maintain the spirit of Robofest. We also have a Robofest team pledge. And I, again, will not read this to you, but please go and find it in the website. Okay, now to review the 2025 competition categories. There are two types of competitions. There's qualifiers and then open categories. So there's 8 total competition categories. There's qualifiers and open, as I mentioned, and then there's 2 types of designs of the categories. There's the fixed rules, game style, or exhibition style, where they're more project-based. There's different skills and experience levels within each category. Some are more heavily math and science. Some are more arts. Some have beginner. It's great for beginners, and some are definitely more for advanced teams. So to summarize the qualifiers, there's game and exhibition. open exhibition style, Robo Arts, Robo Med, and Robo Parade. And then open game style, Bottle Sumo, Unknown Mission Challenge, and Vision Centric Challenge. So lots of opportunities for teams to, to participate in different events. All right, next, advancing to the World Championship. There's 3 different types of teams that we refer to for advancing. There's Michigan teams, US teams not in Michigan, and then international teams. So advancing to the World Championship Michigan game, the first place award-winning game team at each qualifier automatically advances to the finals on May 17th. Other teams may be invited to the finals based on their score. So we encourage teams to not take apart their robots as soon as they're done. They might be, if they're close to the winning score, they might actually be invited to the finals later in the season. Excuse me. Teams who would like a second chance to qualify may register and compete again in one of these 3 areas at another local qualifier. They can compete via video qualifier, or they can come to a Michigan Invitational event at LTU on April 26th. For teams not in Michigan, basically the same way to Worlds is first place award-winning game teams will automatically advance. Other teams may be invited based on their score. And then teams who would like a second chance to qualify may compete at another local qualifier. There's 4, I think, right now in Florida. And then also via video qualifier. So for exhibition teams, again, first place award-winning team automatically advances. And then other teams may be invited to the World Championship based on their preview video and score. So teams should really make sure that their preview video is the best they can submit. Exhibition teams who would like a second chance to qualify may register to compete again via video qualifier. For international teams, our member countries we're working with them very closely to provide opportunities for game, exhibition, and open category teams to compete at their local events. And then the winners will come to the World Championship based through the recommendation of the director and based on a set quota. For non-member countries, we encourage them to compete via video qualifier, and that international submission is due April 17th. And then we also have open category teams at the World Championship that they may register for as space permits. If you have a team for one of the open categories and you're not in a member country, please send me an email and we can perhaps hold a spot for you for those categories. Regarding the video qualifier, the international game and exhibition teams in non-member countries may register in the video qualifier for international. And then the same goes for the US teams. They have their own video qualifier USA. It's a $90 registration fee, just as all the other qualifiers are. For game teams, the unknown tasks and factors will be emailed to the coaches on April 6th. If you're an international team and you would like those earlier in order to determine if you have, the opportunity to travel, we can work with you on getting those to you earlier. But for the US teams, it's April 6th. And then the submission deadline after that to upload your video is Monday, April 14th. We do allow adults to help produce the video, but the team should acknowledge everyone involved in the video production and end credits of that video. And then simply upload the video and then insert the link on the team registration page. There's a field on the page for video links. All right. We're going to just review the open competition highlights. The actual rules, scorecards, examples, rubrics are all available on our website. So first, we're going to discuss the Bottle Sumo. We've made some changes again this year. Hopefully, we're going to make this events a little bit faster. We've had some issues with them running a little bit long, and we want this to maintain, a lot of fun and a lot of effort. So we're going to, it's still the same divisions, junior, senior classic, and senior unlimited. Still the same, maximum team size of 3. But the major rules update for, the bottle sumo is that during the head-to-head matches, there's no bottle. It's basically just robot to robot. So the junior and senior divisions, it's a head-to-head. The first one to fall off or be pushed off the field is declared the winner for that run, and then it's the best of 3 runs to advance in the match. The bottles for the time trials, however, have increased. So we have 5 bottles on the table for the time trial that are, the locations are announced after impound, so they're unknown to the robot. And that the same bottle arrangement will be used for all the teams during an event. So the time trial has a bit more weight to it as far as the advanced, the seeding as well as the tiebreakers. So please, for the bottle sumo, go ahead and review those rules. Local teams or local site hosts can use last year's rules or the year before, even if they choose. But just know that teams coming to Michigan events or the World Championship Open category will be running the new rules this year. For Unknown Mission Challenge, the missions are completely unknown until the day of the challenge. All robots must be unassembled, just components at the start of the event. There's 2 age divisions, and we do limit the robots to certain kits just to even the playing field for those teams. The rules to get started, tips and tricks on how to train the teams or the teams to get ready to compete are available on our website under the UMC page. Vision-centric challenge is coming back again this year. It's a brand new challenge called Free Fall. It simulates a rescue mission to catch survivors and valuable items from a burning tower while avoiding fireballs and poison items. There is 1 age division for senior high school 9th through 12th grade. Maximum team size is 5. The rules and score sheet are available or will be available. I think there's a mistake or a upload mistake this morning that the rules are not there, but the score sheets are on the VCC page. We do still have capacity. So if there is some international teams that want to participate in VCC, please let us know. That was not one of the options on the applications for international. So we do have space available for more teams if you are interested. Okay, Robo Arts is an exhibition style event that specifically focuses on the visual arts, drawing and painting, the kinetic arts, sculptures, and performing arts, including dance, music, skits. It's a really nice event for the 2 age divisions, junior and senior. It's a maximum team size of 5. The rules and the rubric, as well as some examples, are on our website on the Robo Arts page. And then RoboMed is another exhibition style event that of projects of intelligent and interactive biomedical robotics devices related to medical and healthcare fields using sensors and actuators. We promote an entrepreneurial mindset with this event. There are 2 age divisions with a maximum team size of 5. And again, the rules and the rubrics are available on the RoboMed site. And our last open category is Robo Parade. Robots are constructed and programmed by student participants to follow a parade route, detect other vehicles, and stop and start without human help. The event theme this year for the 2025 World Championship is Across the Universe, Fact or Fiction. We're really looking forward to seeing a lot of neat robot floats with this theme. Local events that are planned may have their own theme. Robots pull or carry a parade float. Moving parts are allowed. The age group is 4th through 8th grade with no age waiver required. It's a perfect category for beginning. Maximum team size of 5. We do have a team of 1 allowed for this category, but they do receive the lowest possible score for teamwork. So we really encourage teams to work together. Our last event that we're going to cover before we get to the game is exhibition. It is a qualifying category. So teams do compete at local qualifiers or through video submission to advance. Teams have complete freedom to create an interactive and intelligent robotics project. We call this our robotics science fair. There's 2 age divisions, junior and senior. Maximum team size is 5, and rubrics and the rules are available on our exhibition site. There are some limitations and project requirements for the exhibition. We do expect teams to provide a written description, a preview video, and source code for the judges to review. And then teams should bring all the necessary materials for their presentation. They can use any materials that is safe for humans. We encourage robot to robot and robot to human interactions. We do allow wireless program controlled remotes. They must employ sensors. And the demonstration space for each team is limited to 64 square feet. We are at capacity right now with our quota for exhibition and other exhibition styles. So please make sure your teams are sticking to the maximum or even less if they can. We do allow projects that have been entered in a previous competition as long as they have added new features and or significantly improved and changed one or more features of the project. Are there any questions regarding the general rules or the competition season or the open categories at this time? I'm going to open up chat, or if you want to, I'm going to stop share for a minute and we can look at the group that's established here. We have quite a few folks that have just joined us in the room, so we are really excited to see everybody. Welcome everybody. And then so are there any questions regarding what we've discussed so far? I think we're doing great. Okay, I'm going to now turn it over to Elmer. I'm going to share my, no, I'm going to let him share. Oh, we have a question. Kingsley, did you have a question? You want to type it in the chat or do you want to unmute?
Yeah, I just unmuted. You mentioned of country directors. In the case whereby the country directors is not participating in the competition this year, and you belong to a country that has a country director, do you come in under the open category if the director is not participating?
What country are you from?
From Nigeria.
Okay, you could compete through video qualifier if you had a team that wanted to, or we could have you advance or register for an open category if you were interested, if you were available to travel to the World Championship. I thought Nigeria was. I'll have to double check. Send me, David, or I'm sorry, Kingsley, send me please an email to remind me to. I thought Nigeria was on our list this year, but I could be wrong. So let me get back to you on that because I'm not remembering correctly. So you can make sure that I get back. Okay. We're gonna follow up with you individually, David Kingsley. Any other questions?
Also, for the technical workshop, would there be an online version for one to participate?
Not a live online version, because we provide the robots and the laptops locally. But what we do is we upload the presentation to our site, or we can email it to you directly. So you could go through the presentation on your own. But we don't have the capacity right now to run a simulcast like in-person and online workshop just because of the equipment that's required. So we provide the pre-built robots for the workshop. We don't spend any time working on building robots during the event. So Any other questions in chat or otherwise? All right, at this point, I'm going to turn it over to Elmer. He's gonna take over and share his screen and show us an example of the game. We have blurred out the robot on this example, just so we're not giving away any trade secrets here. So the robot surveys the parking lot. It removes the blocks, X, Y, and Z, the little red Lego bricks, to validate that it has surveyed the 3 areas of the lot. And then it picks up the key, which is a Robofest medal or something similar. It avoids obstacles to avoid penalties. Those batteries on the black lines are obstacles, and other vehicles, penalties points if there are moved. The robot is to deliver the keys in the black vehicle to the pickup area. Location of the black box is unknown or unveiled. We'll go through all that. And then to pick up the white vehicle and park it in an open slot or stacked on another vehicle in the parking lot for maximum points. And unknown factors are provided at the beginning of the 30-minute work time, and they're unveiled at the competition. The rules are available on our website. So now I'm going to turn it over to okay, replace current share. Yeah. Okay, that's good. All right.
All right, thank you, Shannon. All right, so this year's game is called Robot Parking Valet. Game scenario is looking for a parking spot can be a challenge. Imagine a future where your car is automatically parked conveniently, safely, and efficiently for you, then automatically brought back to you along with your keys on demand. Our robotic parking systems can even stack parked vehicles for even greater space utilization. Yeah, so hopefully that video gave you kind of an idea how it's played. Yeah, here's the synopsis. Survey the parking lot, move the keys from the rack to the pickup area, also move the black vehicle to the pickup area. Park the white vehicle in an open spot or an adjacent spot while avoiding obstacles. Similar to previous years, it's 2 minutes maximum per round, and 1 reset is allowed. All tasks must be done autonomously. And then there are unknown tasks and factors. These are probably what we've gotten the most questions about. So unknown tasks and factors, they're unveiled at the competition before a work period, and these are the things that they include. The robot starting position and orientation, I'll go over that in detail later. Where the black vehicle starts, where the white vehicle location, where the other vehicles represented by the gray boxes here are, and then the game ending task. Yeah, so those are all part of the UTFs. Age divisions, our traditional junior and senior divisions, maximum team size of 5. Registration fee is $90. Yeah, here's some details on the field setup. Yeah, this is the starting location. The robot must start here with some part over the back edge. The orientation will be unveiled as part of the UTF. there will be one white vehicle parked in either area 1, which is here in this example, or it could be here, area 2. This is the pickup area. This is where the black vehicle and the keys has to be delivered. And then X, Y, and Z are the locations of where the robot must visit. And there are some objects at those locations. This is the key rack. These are the more parking spaces represented by the brown boxes or the other vehicles. Right, this is the black vehicle, and then note that this is not a parking space; it's a cross aisle. It's part of how robots and vehicles traverse the field. There's one black vehicle, and other vehicles will be in one of these spots, where the spot may be empty. The maximum is one empty spot at the start, so that should limit the combinations. Also, there will be pylons, which are represented by AA batteries that are in these locations. Right, game task. First, you have to start the robot in the unveiled location, survey the parking lot, visit X, Y, and Z by pushing the Lego bricks off the table. Pick up the keys from the key rack, deliver the keys and the black vehicle to the pickup location. Move the white vehicle from the drop-off location to either a vacant spot or stacked on a vehicle adjacent to a vacant spot for even more points. Task will be to park the robot and complete the game-ending task, which will be defined in UTF, and then all this while avoiding pylons and other vehicles, right? Keep their locations intact. Yeah, these are some field specifications. I'm not going to go through them in detail, but these kind of define where all the objects are on the field. We're going to be using these full reinforcement stickers to help identify the locations. Differences between junior and senior division. You'll note that for junior division, basically everything is unveiled before the work time. Right? We've got a game-ending task, which is easier. The location of the white vehicles, location of the black vehicles, location of other vehicles. Also, only one onboard computer, one robot brain is allowed, and vision cameras are not allowed. So for senior, it's going to be a harder game-ending task. The white vehicle location will be unveiled after impound. However, the black vehicle location will be unveiled before work time. And the location of other vehicles will also be unveiled after work time. So also no limit to number of controllers and vision cameras are allowed. So note that the senior, it's going to be more complicated, require a higher level of autonomy. I'll briefly go over the materials list. We've got our standard plastic folding tables. The floor beneath is going to be a contrasting color, right, to aid the sensors. Black and white vehicles, they're going to be black and white boxes. We've got a link where you can buy them, or they could be standard tissue boxes that are wrapped in paper. So the exact sizes, right, there's going to be a range of sizes that are allowed. So the exact size will not be unveiled until the competition, and teams will have to make adjustments. Okay, other vehicles, maximum 4. The brown in the diagram, the actual objects will be unveiled, and I'll go through some possibilities on the next slide. The X, Y, and Z marker blocks, I think we mentioned, those are 2x4 Lego blocks. Could be any color, they happen to be red in our example. The keys will be a metal, a Robofest metal or similar, and these are the approximate dimensions. Pylons will be represented, will be AA batteries. The lines using black electrical tape or painter's tape, approximately 19 millimeters wide. And yeah, I mentioned we'll be using the whole reinforcement stickers for the markers, and then transparent tape to secure the boxes. Yeah, so other vehicles, it's going to be kind of a variable, right? Some examples, right? We've got the ones we used in the diagrams, the brown box, or it could be something like this, like a group of 4 cups or 4 soda cans, or 4 styrofoam cups. But it will be something that will allow the robot to stack the vehicle, right? That's the one thing that's going to be common. And these, note that none of these objects need to actually be moved. They're simply a place to place the white vehicle. So yeah, but this is just one other level of variation that teams will have to adjust to. The key rack, these are the dimensions, right? Basically holds the key, the metal, allows enough room for the robot to take it off. Yeah, here are a couple of examples of how it can be made. And then please note it's taped to the table and also to the floor. Okay, robot specifications. Teams may only compete with one robot in the competition. Robots must be created by students. Any robot kit or material may be used. Maximum length 35 centimeters by 35 centimeters, including expansion. And this must be shown during inspection. No height limitation, no weight limitation. Any number of sensors or sensor types, except for vision camera for the junior division. And you note that I've gotten a few questions about this. When we say vision camera, vision sensor, we're talking about a camera-based sensor. So ultrasonic sensors, those kind of things are allowed. What's prohibited are the camera-based. Any number of sensors and motors are allowed. Just note all the wheels for driving must be touching the table during inspection. We've got some labeling requirements. Also require the splice screen, which will probably be needed for the game ending task. Robots must be started using a button or sensor, right? Not by tablet or computer. Robots cannot damage the field, or they will be penalized. Okay, violations. When any of the following occurs, judges shall stop the gameplay and stop the gameplay. So if the robot is touched, the robot falls off the table, or anything the judge deems illegal. The team can request a one-time full reset with a small penalty at any time. If the reset is selected, time still continues while the judges reset the table. Also, the team may declare the end of the run at any time. Players should not move the robot until instructed by the judge. If the robot is still moving when the team calls end of run, or at the time limit, no points will be awarded for game ending task, which requires the robot to stop. Only contestants are allowed to access the pit area. When unknown task and factors are unveiled, teams will be provided a hard copy and or it will be projected on a screen. Teams will be given 30 minutes work time after the UTFs are unveiled. And then prior to the start of work time, all people except for contestants and authorized volunteers will be dismissed from the competition area. During the work time, teams must share the field. Teams may ask clarifying questions about the UTF, but questions regarding scoring and procedures. But any questions regarding scoring and procedures should be referred to the rules. All teams must submit their robot to the impound area when the 30-minute time period is up. You may take them early. Teams that do not impound the robots on time will be subject to penalty. During the impound process, judges will inspect the robots for things like size, ID, labels, number of computer controllers, etc. Note that no power will be supplied at the impound table. And the entire robot must be impounded, including batteries. Teams will compete in a predetermined order decided by the site host. During the game rounds, all team members must remain in the team spectator area. No pit access is allowed. When a team is called to compete, maximum of 2 contestants per team are allowed to retrieve the robot and be at the table. The judge will check to see if the timer is ready, the judges are ready, and the teams are ready, and then do a countdown to start a run. Contestants must stay near the start zone. They should not follow the robot around, right? Because that may inhibit the judges. They can approach the robot at the end, request a reset, or when the judge tells them. Final scoring is done at the end of the rounds. A team member must sign the scorecard to confirm the team's score. Teams will play 2 rounds. Each round will have a different set of unknown tasks and factors. All right, rules to determine winners and break ties. Once again, winners will be decided based on the best plus average divided by 2 of the 2 rounds. Tiebreakers will be best score of 2 rounds, highest time left, and the best score if it's 100 points, and then a rerun if necessary. Just to go over some examples, robot competitions, they typically, if they have multiple rounds, they determine winners by either the average score or the best score. And we're trying to kind of take the best of both worlds. Yeah, so probably you can see very similar scores, but what differentiates the better teams are if you've got a higher score. So, whoops. One example is if you look at the team E, looks, they had high average score, but their best score was lower than team D, for example. So team D gets rewarded for having 100 points. This is something that we designed to help teams that score high in at least 1 round, but the other round may not have gone so well. And the effect is to award teams that attempt and attain higher performance while still considering consistency. And we did a survey after last season, and that shows strong support for this method. All right, I'll briefly go over the scorecard. The first thing is to go over the surveying the parking lot. So basically, we count the number of bricks that are pushed off. A second, delivering the black vehicle to see whether it's at the correct location or partially there, or if it's just simply moved, you get points as well. For the key, you get points, full points for correct location. Yeah, partial, I'll go over that in the next slides. You also get partial credit for the correct location, and if it's simply moved. Parking the white vehicle, if it's stacked in an adjacent spot, you get the most points. You get partial if it's partially in the spot, and you also get partial points for an empty spot, whether it's fully an empty spot or partially an empty spot. Or you also get points for simply moved. And pylons, if they're upright in their original location, you get points. And then game ending task. We've split this into 2 parts this year. In the previous years, we've had teams that stopped at the correct location but didn't do the calculation, or vice versa. So we're splitting it. You can get partial credit. And then there's a penalty if you moved one of the parked vehicles. And there's a 10-point bonus for what remaining intact. And then a 3-point penalty if you do a reset. All right, so I'm not gonna go through all these examples, but these are just some possibilities for what the field may look like. And we've defined what the adjacent spot is, and this will have, we'll give copies of these to the judges so they can help understand what the adjacent spot is. Okay, so black vehicle in the correct location. Basically, it's got to be within the lines, including the dashed line. So moved means like nothing's in the spot, but it has been moved. Correct location means everything is within those boundaries. And then if something is extending past the boundary, then that's a partial. Similar for white vehicle being parked, right? If the entire box is within the lines, right, you get full credit. If at least some part is in the lines, you get partial credit. And then if you can at least see the sticker, but you don't meet the other criteria, you get credit for moved. Then for a stacked box, basically from the bird's eye view, the top view, both vehicles have to be inside the lines to get full credit for stacked. If at least some part of is outside, you get partial, and then if nothing's in there but it's been moved, you get credit for moved. All right, next I'm going to go through just an example of a couple of UTFs. First, the junior division. And yeah, please note, actual UTFs will be different for each round. And UTFs may include different stopping locations, conditions, and or measurements, and different measurements calculations from these examples. Okay, so in this example, we're saying robot start orientation is facing east, and we provide a little compass. So east in this case is facing right. You can see that the blue arrow is pointing that way. That's the way the front of your robot should point. The white vehicle location, area 1, black vehicle location B, and then other vehicles as shown. And then game ending task for this example, the robot must be stopped in spot 1. Right, that's where the white vehicle location starts. Right, and they're specifying here that nothing's touching the inside or outside of the lines. Facing northwest and displaying the answer to, and then you've got a math problem here. Right, so the robot's going to be required to do some math. Right, so once again, please note that with junior division, everything is basically unveiled prior to the 30-minute work period. In contrast, senior division, you can see that not a lot of boxes here. However, the robot start orientation is unveiled, and in this case, we're saying face north, right? The robot goes this way. White vehicle location, that will be unveiled under after impound. If you look at the rules, right, the white vehicle could be in 1 or 2, so that the senior teams have to be prepared for either. Other locations, right, could be in any of these boxes. But we do know that the black vehicle location is spot E. So basically, one approach would be for the robot to be able to sense whether objects are in A, B, C, D, and then make decisions accordingly. And here's an example of a senior division ending task. The robot must be stopped with some part over location Z and displaying, the answer to the equation, total number of vehicles in spots A, B, and C squared. Yeah, so another reason why you should be able to sense objects in A, B, C, D, or E, because in this case, you would have to count them to be able to solve it. All right, so that's an example of a senior division. You can see how there's a bit difference between senior and junior. All right, once again, we have a video qualifier submission option So teams that cannot attend an in-person qualifier or would just like a second chance may compete via video submission, and then specific requirements are in section 6 of our general rules. All right, lastly, just want to go through some FAQs. I'll try to go through these briefly. Yeah, just to repeat, is there a limit on number of robot controllers or brains? And for example, can I use 2 spike hubs? So for the junior division, the answer is no, it's limited to 1, but for senior, you may do that. Is there an adjacent spot for spot E? Yeah, if you may recall, spot E is here, and the answer is yes. The adjacent spot is D, right? It's not here, it's D. All right, does the robot need to survey the lot before any other tasks are completed? Do tasks have to be done in a specific area? So the answer to the first question is no. The survey and any task can be done at any time during the run, and then all scoring except for resets is done at the end. So yeah, so basically the tests do not have to be done in a specific order. Hopefully should help make it easier to judge and easier to play the game. All right, so next FAQ, what if the white vehicle is stacked on a vehicle that is not in an adjacent spot? Well, this is a good accomplishment. It will be discounted as parked in an empty spot. And similarly, what if a white vehicle is stacked on a black vehicle in spots AD? So basically what would have happened here is the black vehicle, which was supposed to be moved to the pickup area, was not moved, and you stacked on top of it. Again, this is it's good, but the white vehicle would, in this case, also be scored as parked in an empty spot, not stacked spot. Okay, this next one was a question asked at the last kickoff. Is a motor powered by an external battery legal? So the answer, we said yes. If it starts the round not moving and is turned on autonomously by a sensor or timer, for example, right? So again, we're trying to emphasize autonomous, and this would be a good application of that. And lastly, what if a robot pushes off one of the other vehicles? Yeah, this happened at our little mock-up we had last month. So do the spots next to it become adjacent spots? Actually, no. The only spots, only the spots defined at the beginning of the round as adjacent spots will count. If a white box was placed on an open spot that was created, it would be scored as moved, and there would be 5-point penalty for moving the other vehicle. All right, so I'd just like to thank the game steering committee for help with these rules, and I guess we're at the Q&A section. Are there any questions? It looks like there's some questions in chat.
Pam, you want to summarize the questions in the chat?
Yes, we have one question in the chat. When will the number of other vehicles be unveiled?
Yeah. Basically, when you do the UTF unveil, like 30 minutes. Yeah. Prior to impound. Yeah.
For junior or for senior, though, it's different, right?
Yeah. I know that this is for junior. Yeah. So I'm sorry. The question was.
When will the number of other vehicles be unveiled?
Okay. Let's pull up the.
Good question.
Yeah. Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you.
Yeah. Here it is.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. Other vehicles. Yeah. So before work time for junior, and then after work time for
So they're unveiled after the robots have been impounded. They won't be unveiled. The robot has to find them for senior.
Okay, yeah.
There is a maximum.
Right.
And I don't remember what that maximum was. 2, 3.
This is the minimum 2, right?
Yeah. So basically, the maximum is 4, and the minimum is 3.
And juniors will know and seniors will not.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah. Hopefully that answers the question.
unveiling is
At least
after.
before the work time.
Correct.
Okay, if a box, white or black, is placed in the right section, but on the line, but not over the line, is it fully in or partially in?
All right, that's a good question. Let's check our criteria here.
Always referring to our rules.
Yes.
with details.
Right part. I'm sorry, what color box?
Wait,
White.
White.
Okay.
Question-
Yeah, okay. I think we need to make some clarification. Yeah, so we would say that would be fully in, but let me we'll adjust the rules to make sure that's right. The line is included as inside the
Okay, so the short answer, junior game is before work time and senior game is
unknown.
unknown.
yeah, well after
So.
yeah.
after impact.
Yeah.
Public feedback.
Good.
Thank you, Elmer, very much.
Yeah, one more.
Okay,
All right.
we're ready?
Justin, oh, okay. Is there RoboMed competitions for universities this year?
Not this year. We haven't had a lot of interest in university students locally. We're getting a lot more interest with high school and junior teams. We'd like to have a good number of teams to have a competition. So this year, we're not hosting a university level RoboMed. If there are enough groups that want to host or bring students to university, we can maybe discuss it for next year. But right now we're just hosting the middle school and high school. I saw Bottle Sumo.
Bottle Sumo question is for Bottle Sumo, they have different programs for time trials and management.
Yes.
Yes. But not different robots.
So different programs are allowed.
Right.
Yes.
So it's only one for time trial, one for matches.
Different programs are allowed, but the same robot must be in each program.
Yes. Let me clarify that. Different robots, I don't know if you can hear Pam. For Bottle Sumo, different robots or different programs are allowed, but the robot must be used for both the time trial and the head-to-head match.
In addition, yeah, so there's a thing we're trying to avoid is we do not want teams to be selecting for multiple programs, right? So you could have a different program, you know, you can only have one program for time trial and one program for head-to-head, right?
So maximum of 2 programs.
Yeah, I guess that's the way to say it, yes. Thanks, Ben.
Have another one. Sorry, in game, what is the difference in senior between revealed after impound and revealed after work?
That revealed after work time, revealed after impound are the same thing because the impound is after the work time. So for junior, for example, they will know all the locations of all the objects on the field during the beginning of the work time. For senior, their unveiled information is only the robot location and the end task. So the robots will then be impounded, and then the boxes will be placed on the field, so they'll see them, but the robot has to also be able to determine where they are on the field through the program. So they won't know that the students won't know to program where the boxes are. The robot will have to use sensors to find the objects on the field. So it's after impound or after work time are the same thing. Any other questions? Wow, this is an amazing group of people here on this event today. I'm so pleased.
Another question for Bottle Sumo, and parts that are not sloped go all the way to the ground.
And parts that are not sloped go all the way to the ground.
Bottle Sumo.
I believe that's.
I want to
Yeah,
say,
we'll have to double check.
yes, but double check,
We'll
yes.
double check that.
Double check the rules.
Yeah, please,
Yeah.
please, review the rules too, and if it's not listed there, email us for that clarification, but please do, go to the website and pull up the actual rules.
Is a color sensor allowed for junior division?
Are colored sensors allowed for which?
Yeah.
For which, for game? Yes, color sensors are allowed.
The colored sensors are allowed for.
Yes.
Is QR sensors are allowed to? QR scanners.
QR scanners?
Yeah.
Yeah, how would you use them?
How would you use them?
How would those QR scanners be used?
I mean, for scanning and associating it to a number or some unique person or something, some
For game or for exhibition?
for exhibition.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, no, for
yes,
sure, yes.
absolutely, yes. Sorry, we were kind of on game mode,
Yeah.
yes. We
Yes.
weren't producing QR codes for game, that's why we were confused.
Okay,
So
that's
yes,
good.
definitely QR codes are part of our lives now, so definitely for exhibition teams, we would encourage that
They've been
technology.
using the past.
Yeah. Great questions.
Nice.
Okay, are there any other questions? Any from the in the group inside? Okay, I'd like to get a group photo if we could. I don't know how we're gonna try to do this. A Zoom photo with the group on. I don't know if we can do both.
I think it's twice.
Okay, I saw a question pop up in chat. Are the boxes empty? The boxes that RoboFest official will be providing are empty, but that's not.
Yeah, the weight, specification within the.
There is a weight specification range in the rules. So, they don't have to be empty, but the boxes that we're using are a little heavier than an empty
Yeah.
tissue box. So, but a full tissue box might be. Is it within the range?
I can't remember.
We can't remember.
Yeah,
So they might,
we can
you know,
check the rules.
if you're using a tissue box, wrapped in paper, you might want to pull out some of the tissues or, you know, not necessarily empty, but check the range and. Any other questions? Okay, have you taken some screenshots, Pam, of the,
Yeah, you got.
yeah, everybody turn on your cameras and we'll, take a group photo of the Zoom.
Oh, sure.
Everybody in?
Sure.
Or actually, if we step closer up here, we can get,
All right.
like this group here.
My son's- that's not- oh, no,
Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah, Pam, stop the recording and I'm gonna turn this off.
It is, yeah. I can probably turn that on. It's probably a setting that I have on board. I'll turn on, there we go.
Thank you, everybody, for turning on your
Okay.
cameras.
No. It's
Or if you want to be next to Shannon, right?
Yes, I got room up here if we want people up here too. There's room by my face. You move this here. I want to unplug that.
Here, I'll come up by Shannon.
Okay, come on.
Okay,
There's
I
room
will-
up here. I mean, I'm all by myself here,
So
so
we can
there we go.
There we go.
There we
try
go.
our best. Okay.
Okay, so Pam, take a couple screenshots there. There's a couple pages of people, so.
Yeah.
One more. Looking great.
Hold on, let me take a picture of that group there. CJ, come up
CJ
here.
Mullenberg.
Speaker, okay, hold on, gallery view.
Isn't a gallery, right?
It's in gallery view. Oh, that's on that one though.
Oh. Okay.
I got what I need. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, good, right, there we go.
There we go.
Dueling cameras.
Selfie.
There you go.
Thank you so much,
You got the
everybody.
two-
Yep, awesome. Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, any site hosts that are interested in, getting a kit from me, I will be shipping out the one game kit to all the game registered site hosts, in the next week or two. If you need additional, for your practice areas, let me know. We will be submitting also for option, 1 and international as well as in, US teams. You will be getting the official kits closer to your event with all the trophies and medals and certificates. So, so that's, how we do that. So any, questions specific to hosting, please email me and I will respond to you personally. So. Thank you, everyone. I'm going to, shut off the Zoom. Actually, I'm gonna leave the Zoom open. We have some business to attend to here. So if you want to just, enjoy the sound of the Robofest people in the room. It's such great to see people again. We're getting back to normal. I love it. We have a new couple students here too. Adrian has joined us from a Robofest team. He's now a student here at Lawrence Tech. Yay, Adrian. Thank you so much. And then I recognize most everybody. I don't recognize you, young sir, in the back. Are you from a team? Okay, Kirk, it's nice to meet you finally. I hadn't met you in person, so Kirk, it's nice to see. I've got a kit for you and a couple actually. So this is amazing. I'm so pleased. So we will be uploading everything, making sure everything's all good up on our website in the next day or two. So I'm gonna shut off the Zoom.